Welcome to Operator Familiarization for Magni's TH line of fixed boom telescopic handlers. These 10K and 12K machines have been engineered and designed to be the safest and most productive telehandlers available today. We encourage you to pay careful attention to this video so you can become familiar with all the features and benefits available to you. By learning how to fully operate your Magni, you will be able to work safer and more efficiently. Your Magni operates a little differently than other fixed boom telehandlers you may have used. This is because Magni provides you with safety and performance features not seen in other machines. We encourage you to approach this learning with an open mind, as you'll find the Magni very easy to learn and use. Once you've completed this video, you can always reference the use and maintenance manual for more information. Introduction to your Magni TH. Fixed boom telehandlers from Magni provide excellent versatility, productivity, and safety. With a large choice of attachments, you get one machine that can be used as a telehandler, crane, or work platform. Your Magni comes standard with HVAC, filtered air, four-wheel drive, 3 modes of steering, frame leveling, and much more. Magni Safety. At Magni, the safety of the operator and those working near the machine is paramount. Each Magni has a full LMI, or load moment indicator system, and load limiting technology, so you are assured of having the safest telehandler available. Your Magni is the only telehandler in the market today to provide this level of safety. The system works to provide the operator with the best real-time load chart specific to the attachment being used. It continuously monitors the movements of the machine and, if needed, will stop those that put safety at risk. At that point, it will only allow safe movements, such as boom retraction and load release. The exterior of the Magni TH. Starting at the front of the machine, the boom is made using high-strength steel, which is extremely tough and rigid, yet very lightweight. You'll notice that all the hoses are contained inside the boom to help eliminate damage due to collisions. At the end of the boom is our patented quick fit system, which includes the shear pin housing and pin. Its unique design makes it virtually impossible for the attachment to separate from the machine when lifted. At the boom head is an RFID reader for automatic recognition of the attachment, which then presents the proper digital load chart and parameters of the machine on the screen in the cab. Your Magni comes equipped with a front camera system located on the boom tip, which includes a viewing screen in the cab. If needed to support attachments, your Magni comes standard with 3 quick connect hydraulic fittings, in, out, and drainage lines, along with 1 electrical connection on the boom head. You'll notice that when the boom is lowered, it fits nicely within the chassis. This allows you to have complete visibility when seated in the cab. Your Magni TH has pivoting outriggers in the front only. These can be managed together or individually to perfectly adapt to each work environment. When retracted, they remain entirely within the machine's footprint with no protrusions and do not affect ground clearance. The tires on your Magni TH machine are foam-filled. The machine comes standard with full-time four-wheel drive and 3 modes of steering: 2-wheel, 4-wheel, and crab. Magni TH machines are legal for street use if properly registered and tagged, and can travel up to 22 miles per hour for inflated tires, or 15 miles per hour with foam-filled tires when in 2-wheel steering mode. Note the front lights with high and low beams, along with the blinkers and rear stop lights with blinkers. The rear light housing, located over the license plate holder, has an additional light to illuminate the plate. All Magnis utilize the same unique cab design. It offers an abundance of glass, providing you with full visibility for increased safety and efficiency. The cab is fully enclosed, and when the door and windows are shut, it is airtight, fully pressurized, comes standard with HVAC, and has 100% inlet air filtration, so you can operate safely and comfortably in most any operating environment. Windshield wipers are standard in the front, on top, and in the back of the cab. At the top of the cab, you will find an amber LED work safety strobe light. The emergency red LED light switches on automatically when needed. You have LED work lights to provide you with enhanced visibility in darker environments. There are 2 on the cab facing the front, 2 on the cab facing the rear, and 2 on the boom tip facing the attachment in front. There is 1 rear view mirror on the left side. Make sure to properly adjust it before you begin operation of the machine. Located under the cab door is your fuel cap, and on the lower portion of the cab is a compartment containing the tank where you would refill the DEF, AdBlue fluid, and the windshield washer fluid. Located on the rear chassis is a mirror to provide you with a view of things located close to the back of the machine. Below this is a built-in hitch for towing certain objects with a structural capacity up to 6,800 pounds. Located at the right rear of the machine is a sight glass that shows the level of hydraulic fluid. Here we have the engine compartment. To access, you open the engine bonnet. This Magni uses a Deutz Tier 5 engine, featuring the latest technology for producing less emissions. For safety purposes, the machine will not start if the engine compartment is open. And if the engine is running and you open the bonnet, the engine will automatically shut off. Here is the battery on-off switch. Anytime you will not be using the machine for more than 24 hours, you should turn off the battery, as the computer will draw power at all times and drain the battery. In cold weather, after you turn the engine off with the key, you must wait until the DEF purging pump stops running before disconnecting the battery to allow for the DEF fluid to clear out of the lines. It is important that you never attempt to boost the batteries using these terminals. You must use a 24-volt battery charger instead. On the right side are stacked 3 rear-view mirrors. Make sure to adjust them as needed before you begin operation of the machine. Basic operation of the machine. Your Magni should be inspected daily before being placed into service. Please refer to your telehandler pre-operation checklist. Having the discipline to conduct inspections will help to ensure the safety of the operator and those working around the machine. In addition, it will help to ensure that the machine keeps running without interruption. Cabin features. The cab has lots of glass area for enhanced visibility and safety. Magnis are certified for ROPS or rollover protection and for FOPS Level 2 for falling object protection. To open the cabin door, pull on the outer door handle. The cab door can be opened and positioned at either 90 or 180 degrees. In windy conditions, make sure to secure it properly. Access the cab using the slip-resistant steps and ergonomically placed grab bars. Once you are in the cab and before operating the machine, you must close the cab door. If it is opened at 180 degrees, use the release knob located by your left foot to release the door from its locked position. At 90 degrees, you can just pull the door shut. The cab door is equipped with a window to allow for natural ventilation. To shut the window, use the release knob located by your left foot, or turn the spring-loaded lever located in the rear driver's side window clockwise and guide the window to a closed position. Close the lever on the window to lock it in place. The rear window of the cab can also be partially opened to allow for natural ventilation. The Magni has a fully adjustable seat. You can adjust for suspension based on your weight, forward and back for the full workstation, and then the seat height, and lumbar support. The seat contains a seat switch for protection. This means that if the machine is moving and you were to stand up or bounce off the seat, the machine would come to a rapid stop. You must be careful, as this could lead to injury to the operator and damage to both the machine and the load. After you have your seat position set, you should adjust the steering column and its telescopic position so you are fully comfortable operating the machine. Finally, you should always wear your seatbelt. On the left side of the steering column is a lever switch which controls your horn, turn signals, exterior lights, wipers, and washer fluid. To the right of the steering wheel, you will find a 7-inch full-color touchscreen. The user-friendly touchscreen provides you with an easy interface which is used to manage the machine. This is where your Magni will differ from other machines, but again, keep an open mind, and you'll find it is very easy to learn and operate. The screen above the touchscreen is your display for the front boom tip camera. Below the touchscreen, on the left, is your ignition switch, and to the right is your machine override switch and the work platform override switch, not applicable for your machine. On the right side control console is the joypad, which provides an alternate way to navigate the touchscreen and operate certain functions. Behind the joypad is the frame leveling switch. Then there are two switches, each controlling one of the two outriggers. Behind those and to the left is your parking brake switch, and to the right is your hazard light switch. At the rear of the panel is your emergency stop button, followed by your 5-volt USB and USB-C outlets, where you can charge your phone and other electronic devices. Below the panel is a pocket where you'll find the machine's use and maintenance manual. By your right shoulder is the red emergency escape hammer. In the event of an emergency where you cannot open the door to exit the machine, it may be necessary to break a piece of glass to create an exit path. Centered behind you is the AM/FM Bluetooth radio. Above that is a sunshade. Off your left shoulder is a red box containing the override keys. You will note that there are LED lights throughout the cabin. Starting your Magni. To start the machine, insert the key into the ignition switch and turn it clockwise only one click. This will not start the engine. Rather, it will allow the machine to fully load all the software and systems necessary to operate the machine. To start the engine, the transmission must be in neutral. Turn the key clockwise an additional click and hold until the engine starts. Joystick and drive. All TH models are equipped with a single joystick located for your right hand. The joystick features a dead man switch, which is a safety feature that prevents unwanted functions from occurring. You must engage the dead man switch to perform the joystick functions. The joystick contains a 3-position thumb rocker switch, which is used as the drive selector. Click forward for drive, center for neutral to park, and back for reverse. You push the joystick forward to boom down and pull back to boom up. You move the joystick to the left to boom in and to the right to boom out. Moving the left thumb roller switch forward is used to tilt the forks down and move the roller switch back to tilt the forks up. Ignore the yellow button, the left side rocker switch, as these are for attachments other than forks that would be addressed separately. Control panel and machine operation. The user-friendly touchscreen provides you with an easy interface which is used to manage the machine. This is where your Magni will differ from other machines, but again, keep an open mind and you'll find it very easy to learn and operate. Remember, the future of all telehandlers will include many of the features that Magni gives you today. We will now introduce you to the Magni Combi Touch System, which is an advanced and superior concept in machine management. It is super easy to both learn and use for any operator. By creating this system, Magni has been able to eliminate most buttons and switches seen in other machines, resulting in the elimination of the dashboard. This provides the operator with far greater visibility, resulting in increased safety and efficiency. The screen is used to control and set all remaining machine functions. So let's go ahead and explore this amazing system. As mentioned previously, there are 5 pages available, which can be accessed by using the joypad. Each of these screens contain the following. On the bottom left of the screen is the menu button. Depressing this will provide access to various pages and service menus. Next to the menu button, you'll find the time of day. To the right, near the end of the page, you'll find the rear camera option button for machines equipped with one. On the bottom right corner of the screen is the warning alarm, which will flash if needed to indicate an issue with the machine. If alarming, there will be a visible banner that will indicate the presence of alarms. In addition to the warning banner, the outline of the display will also turn red to warn the operator. If you press the alarm button, there will be a list of codes that should be shared with a Magni authorized service technician. Moving to the individual pages, first we will review the driving page, which contains the options related to driving the machine. On the top right of the screen is the fuel level. At the top left, we have the DEF AdBlue gauge, which indicates the percentage of fluid remaining in the tank. It is important to note that this level must be maintained at over 25%, or the machine will derate and the engine function will diminish. Below this, you will find the speed range. There are 2 speeds available, You have turtle or low and rabbit, which is high. Turtle is used when additional torque is needed. This would include on the job site, when loading the machine on a flatbed, or when moving up an incline. Rabbit is used when the operator desires to drive the machine at a higher rate of speed and there is no load on the boom. The Magni can go up to 15 miles per hour with foam-filled tires, but this should only be done when the machine is in two-wheel steering mode, the boom is fully retracted, and the attachment is secured. To set the speed range, the machine must first be in neutral and the engine at idle. Depress the brake pedal and touch the button to activate the mode you want. You will see a turtle or rabbit image. At the top center is your speed indicator, which is displayed in miles per hour. Below the speed range selector is the transmission reset button, which will reset the synchronizers in the transmission if needed. Below this selector, you will find the Eco Mode button. When the Eco Mode function is engaged, the machine can drive at the maximum speed using only 1800 RPM, which provides increased fuel efficiency. Clustered to the right of these gauges is the instrument panel, which contains many warning lights. To the right of the instrument panel, you will find your winter button, which is used to warm up the cab in low-temperature conditions. Further down on the left, you will find the button that activates the Bluetooth connection with the radio remote. Looking at the middle of the screen, there is a green bubble sensor which shows the actual position. When the bubble sensor is located within the small center circle, it tells you that the machine is level. Unless moving the machine, you should always operate it when the machine is fully level. Magni comes standard with 3 steering modes. On the left side of the machine picture, there are 3 buttons that allow you to select the type of steering. Starting from the top working down: A. Front, 2-wheel steering; B. All, 4-wheel steering; C. Crab, all tires facing in the same direction. To change between steering modes, turn the wheel straight until the tire indicator turns green. Depress the brake pedal and push the desired steering function button, which will turn blue when activated. If the wheels are not straight and automatic steering is active, the desired steering function button will blink. To correct, simply turn the steering wheel slowly to straighten the wheels, and steering function will engage. Next, you will find a circle next to the front and rear tires, which will illuminate green when each of the tires are straight. Next is the stabilization page. For machines that are equipped with front stabilizers, you can operate both outriggers together or one at a time. Starting from the left area of the screen, note the button that looks like a bullseye. This is the self-leveling button and is used in conjunction with the outrigger down switches to level the machine. You will use the rocker switches located on the right side control panel to extend and retract. Each outrigger is equipped with a pressure transducer, which will illustrate what pressure is being exerted on the ground when your outriggers are deployed. When fully extended, you will usually see around 90 to 120 bar. This could be as high as 350 on the screen next to each outrigger, indicating sufficient support on that outrigger side. Depress and hold the switch in the down position and do not let go. The outriggers will lower to the ground and the front of the machine will lift and start to level. While this function may stop momentarily, keep holding the button down. The machine will check for level and a box will present itself on the screen saying "Leveling in progress." The machine will make any final adjustments to ensure that it is level. Once the green bubble indicator is centered in the machine, you can release the buttons. Above or below each outrigger button, you will notice a circle with what looks like a hologram. This will illustrate whether your outrigger feet are up or down, and when you have good ground contact, as evidenced by turning green in color. When the machine is on outriggers, both must have good ground contact. To lift and retract the outriggers, depress the outrigger up switch located on the right side control panel. Hold the buttons until the hologram circles indicate that the feet are in the up position. Next is the load chart page. Magni uses a load moment indicator system, commonly known as LMI. The screen includes an active load chart and all key metrics, which allows the operator to know everything about the load, including where it is located within the chart. Once your attachment is secured to the machine, it will be recognized by the RFID system. On the screen, you will notice a graphic representation of the specific attachment, and you will be required to accept it. The top area of the screen provides detailed information about your load and the position of the boom. On the top right, there are 4 measurements, which represent the boom position. At the top left is the boom angle, which measures the angle from the ground to the top of the attachment in degrees. At the top right is the boom length, which is measured from the back of the boom to the boom tip. At the bottom left is the boom height indicator, which is the measurement from the ground to the bottom of the attachment. At the bottom right is the load radius, which is the measurement from the center line of the machine to where the load center is. To the left of the machine picture shows 2 measurements. On the top left is the maximum capacity available, which is based on the attachment being used, and on the bottom left is the actual weight being picked. Moving to the middle of the page is the active load chart, which has the green ball displaying the live location of the load. This ball moves within the chart as you move the load up or down and in or out. The Magni also has a dynamic load chart option, which displays only the load area where you can move the load safely. It also includes the green ball displaying the live location of the load within the chart. Next is the command page. Starting at the top of the screen are the climate controls. All Magnis come standard with heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. On the right, you will find the button to turn on the air conditioning. When the color is blue, it is on. To the left is the air recirculation button, which, when turned on, will ensure that the air coming through the HVAC system is filtered. Moving below and to the left is the temperature control. You can adjust to hotter or cooler by pressing the plus or minus signs. To the right is the fan speed control. There are 3 settings which are adjusted by pressing the plus or minus signs. In the middle of the screen, you will find the controls for the various working lights. Starting from the left is the button for the front of cab LED work lights, followed above by the boom tip LED work lights. Moving right is the button for the cabin inside light. Next is the button to turn on the working beacon light. This amber-colored light can be turned on to signal that the machine is in use, and it is recommended that you use this feature. Below is the button for the LED work lights located on the back of the cab. Next is the button that activates the Bluetooth connection with the radio remote, should your machine come with one. In the middle of the screen, you will find 4 engine control buttons. Here is the automatic start-stop function button. This is like what you find on newer automobiles. When the machine is at idle for 60 seconds without using the transmission or boom, it will turn off. It will turn back on by stepping on the brake. Next is the automatic RPM on-off. This allows the engine RPMs to raise automatically when a joystick function is used. These are 2 manual controls to raise or lower engine RPMs. Moving to the bottom section of the screen and starting from the left, you have work map settings W1, W2, and W3. These allow you to engage the pre-programmed settings for forks W1, winch W2, and bucket operations W3. Next, you come to the optional 24-volt power adapter. Lastly, you will find the constant hydraulics button, which activates the ability to adjust the hydraulic pressure that is available at the boom tip. This function is to be activated only when using certain specialty attachments such as drills and hammers. Next is the customization page. The customization page, also called the limits page, allows you to program certain functions, like setting limits so you can optimize the safety and efficiency of your Magni. While we introduce these functions now, the use of them will be covered in the advanced training module. This screen will display many of the same items as seen in the load chart page. Setting limits allows you to create the safest, most productive, and efficient working environment possible. Limits can be set for boom height and boom extension. This ability to set limits helps to prevent hitting objects such as buildings, power lines, trees, etc. You can have multiple limits set at the same time. To the middle is where you can program the boom extension limit, and to the left, you set your limits for boom height. To set the limit, you raise the boom to the desired location, and then press and hold the corresponding button for 3 seconds. The button will turn blue, and the numeric representation will be displayed next to it. The bottom of the page is where you can adjust the hydraulic flow related to certain functions, and allows you to increase or decrease the speed of these functions. Starting at the top left is where you adjust the speed for a winch, basket rotation, fork positioner, etc. Just below this is the fork tilt. Moving to the center, at the top center we have the boom up, and below that is boom down. At the top right is the boom extension, and below that is boom retraction. To turn off any programmed function, simply turn the button from blue to gray. By pressing the menu button, it will bring you to your main menu where you can select which page you want to address directly. As an alternative to the joypad selector, this page allows you to select any of the 5 working screens we reviewed above. In addition, there are other machine diagnostic screens used by service technicians for troubleshooting. Conclusion: thank you again for taking the time to view this video. With proper training and use, we are confident that you will find that your Magni will provide you with the safest, most efficient, and most productive machine for all your lifting needs. If you have any questions, please refer to your operator manual or contact your authorized Magni dealer. This video, along with other important information, is available via a QR code located inside the cab of your Magni machine.